We're not just talking about a few kids experiencing this.
Alberto Carvalho runs the second largest school district in the country. Not an easy job, but right now it's harder than ever.
So right now in Los Angeles Unified, we have an excess of 13,000 students who are experiencing homelessness. That number alone is scary. But what's even more troubling is the fact that that number increased by close to 19%.
An increase in evictions, higher cost of living, and a migrant crisis, all leading to more students who don't have a permanent home.
Do you believe that those numbers are lower than the actual number? And why is that?
I actually do believe that the numbers that we are currently tracking are but the tip of the iceberg.
Like 14-year-old Vanessa. When we met her in the fall, she was living in interim housing, sharing a converted hotel room with her mother and 10-year-old brother.
What would you say is the best part of your day?
Getting ready.
Getting ready.
Vanessa just started at the neighborhood high school across the street.
The toughest part of my day is probably leaving my mom, especially since she's still stuck here, but...
Why is that the toughest? Do you worry about your mom?
I worry a lot about my mom most of the time.
Her mom suffered a health scare when the school year began and was in the hospital. Vanessa had to stay home from school to take care of her brother. She worries they will end up in foster care.
It worries me because they are children who are special needs. They have a lot of health issues, and there's nothing like a mother to be the one taking care of them and to be worried for their health and their well-being.
Vanessa says taking care of her family led her to fail her first semester in 8th grade.
Is it hard sometimes to focus on school when so much is going on outside of school?
Yes, there were some moments where I didn't pay attention too much in school.
The stress and the trauma felt by students is manifested in the classroom. Therefore, it is impacting teachers on a daily basis.
What effect does that have on a school's ability to teach the entire school?
Well, when you have a disproportionate number of students experiencing homelessness, you have to devote resources, special attention, counseling support, mental health support.
To help families like Vanessa's, the district has beefed up their parent support systems and before and after school programs. Carvalho and other school officials even visiting students with low attendance rates, an initiative called I Attend.
How important is education to break a cycle of homelessness?
It's probably the only ticket. And I take myself as the example of that. Education saved me and made me.
After moving here from Portugal as a teenager, Carvalho was homeless himself in Miami, where he would later serve his first stint as a superintendent.
I remember sleeping under the bridges of Miami, blocks away from the office that ultimately I occupied as superintendent. I remember the harshness of my mattress then, which was the concrete of the ground, and the stars as the blanket.
This is personal for you.
It's very personal. And what I believe is inexplicable is that 40 years later, many kids in this community and in communities across America are experiencing the same or worse conditions than those that I went through.
Vanessa struggles with the uncertainty.
You look at yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now, where do you want to be?
Well, hopefully out of here very fast, and I have to help my mom out. I wouldn't have her working no more, and I'd step up and do the best I could.
But what about for you? Do you think about what you want, where you want to be?
I think I just kind of pushed it off to the side a little bit and just thought about the present and how I have to be here for my mom and my brother.
The family has now moved to more permanent housing, but it is just a first step.
If you do not create the appropriate environments, if you do not invest sufficiently, we're asking for problems that will be much costlier to address later on. The best investment is strong early childhood education, support nurturing programs for kids. Otherwise, you're going to be in the business of repairing adults.
Keeping Vanessa in high school is key, Carvalho says. He hopes the system doesn't let her down. Stephanie Gosk, NBC News, LA.
Nightly Films is sponsored by Pfizer. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.